दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Welcome back, and time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. Now, ever since Pahalgam and Operation Sindoor, when you look at the way the Congress party has been talking, you get a feeling that they're isolated, they're frustrated, and they're a bitter party. They do not like the fact that the political leadership of this country has taken the strongest ever and most decisive action ever in the history of this country against terrorist bases and the bases of the masters and puppeteers of the terrorists in Pakistan. They don't like that fact. They look at everything in a political context. It is perhaps this reason, the frustration, the isolation, and the bitterness of the Congress party, that Jairam Ramesh made what I feel is not a faux pas, but a very well thought out comparison between terrorists, the Pahalgam terrorists, and the members of parliament who are making India's case as part of all-party delegations sent around the world to expose Pakistan. You wouldn't ever imagine that anyone could make that comment, but here is Jairam Ramesh, Rahul Gandhi's right-hand man, saying this.
यानी कि ये जो पहलगाम के आतंकवादी हैं, उन्होंने 4 आतंकी हमले कराए हैं 18 महीने में। आज वह यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं, हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं। तो यही तो गंभीरता से हम ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, इन सवालों का जवाब नहीं देते हैं।
You don't have to listen to that again, but you, ladies and gentlemen, what he said out there. He said terrorists are roaming around and our members of parliament are roaming around. Jairam Ramesh is comparing members of parliament like Milind Deora, like Anurag Thakur, like Asaduddin Owaisi, like Ghulam Nabi Azad, going around, like Anand Sharma, going around the world to make a case for India, and he's comparing them with the Pahalgam terrorists. But you see, viewers, this kind of comment is very well thought out. Like the comment of Pawan Khera, spokesperson of the Congress party, who constantly uses Donald Trump to try and claim that Trump mediated everything, that our country had no role, that our army had effectively no role. Listen to what he said.
Today, Donald Trump, President Trump, threatens Mr. Modi, and Mr. Modi can't open his mouth. Mr. Trump threatens us with blocking trade if we don't stop Operation Sindoor. That's the difference between India under Rajiv Gandhi and India under Narendra Modi.
I'm absolutely convinced it's not Pawan Khera's problem that he is, as far as facts are considered, he knows very little. Maybe he has less understanding of our country's political and military history. But he should have listened to the DGM or the Director General of Military Operations, who said very clearly there's no mediation, that he received a message on the hotline from his counterpart in Pakistan. This is the stated position of the Indian Army, which is being contradicted and questioned by the Congress party. Hear the comment of the Army once again.
On the 10th of May, in the morning, even as we were getting into a huddle to wargame the events of the previous night, a routine exercise, I received a message on hotline from my counterpart in Pakistan seeking my willingness to communicate. Since our initial aim was to strike at terror camps, and all our actions in the subsequent days were in response to the intrusions and violations by the Pakistan Air Force and its army, it was decided that I would indeed speak with my counterpart.
In fact, so frustrated are people within the Congress party about Rahul Gandhi and his minions' attempt to run down the achievements of the Indian Army, or the narrative that has been set by the Indian Army, or rather the facts that have been put out by the Indian Army, that some Congress leaders themselves have been openly contradicting the political falsehoods put out by the Congress party. And one of those congressmen who has decided to defy the party line is Manish Tiwari.
Let us very clearly understand that the word mediation carries with it a certain structured legal connotation. Talking to both the countries or their interlocutors at a point in time when there is tension and obviously there is concern around the world does not really constitute mediation. The only channel which was used was the two DGMOs talking to each other. The call was made by the Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan at 12 in the afternoon of the 10th of May.
So, viewers, the reality is this, that there are today in the political establishment, I'm only talking about the political establishment, there are two groups. One group is Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, Robert Vadra. I don't know what Priyanka Vadra's position is, she hasn't said much. Pawan Khera and Jairam Ramesh and their minions. And their entire objective is to somehow contradict the government. And even if that requires contradicting the army, they say that's fantastic, that's all right. Even if that means that their quotes will be picked up and played in Pakistan, even if they become PR for the ISI, PR for Shehbaz Sharif, the Congress party does not care. There is another Congress party and there are other leaders, including those like Asaduddin Owaisi, the Aam Aadmi party, whose position is far more nationalistic and nuanced. And their line is very simple, that do not do anything which hurts national interest. Don't speak the language that Mallikarjun Kharge speaks when he says, with absolute contempt for the Indian Armed Forces, that this is nothing. This was a chut-put war. Operation Sindoor, in his words, was a chut-put matter. I'm not making up these words. This is not an AI-generated video. Hear this.
26 ಪ್ರಾಣಗಳನ್ನು ಉಳಿತೀವು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಈಗೇನು ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಚುಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಯುದ್ಧಗಳು ನಡೆದಿವೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವೇನು ಘರ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತೂ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬರೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೂಬಿ ಕೂಡಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಶಕ್ತಿಹೀನರು ಇವತ್ತು ಚೈನಾದಿಂದ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Repeatedly playing up China. Why not? The Congress party has an agreement with the Chinese, which they simply will not ever make public. Ladies and gentlemen, there is lastly a more sinister intention that these sections of the Congress party, people like Robert Vadra, who blame Hindutva for Pahalgam, people like Rahul Gandhi, people like Pawan Khera, people like Jairam Ramesh, why do they speak this language? Because there is a sinister political intention. And you saw that this very senior Congress leader, I believe he's been a general secretary of the party, his name is Ghulam Mir from Kashmir. There was a tape of his which came out in which he was provoking Kashmiris by saying, who suffers when there is conflict with Pakistan? We suffer. Do people in Tamil Nadu suffer? Do people in Uttar Pradesh suffer? And he exhorts the audience to say no. Now, what is this, viewers? At a time of conflict, every political leader should say the nation should come together. But the Congress party leaders say Kashmiris should be divided from people from Uttar Pradesh or people from Tamil Nadu in terms of their response to the war. Ladies and gentlemen, when we win or lose in a conflict, but we must fight together. There will be suffering, but this has been a tremendous victory. And the suffering is not of the people of Kashmir alone. People from various states were killed in Pahalgam. And people from all over the country are represented in the armed forces that keeps the borders of Jammu and Kashmir, the borders of Jammu and Kashmir, the border regions of Punjab, the border regions of Rajasthan all safe. You can't divide the country on the basis of region, but this is exactly what the Congress leaders are doing on the ground. Just watch and listen to this tape.
उस भारतीय जनता पार्टी को याद दिलाना चाहते हैं जिन्होंने हमारा स्टेट भी छीना, हमारा स्टेटस भी छीना। आज आप देख लीजिए, थोड़ी सी एक्टिविटी उन्होंने की, पता नहीं दिल से की या मजबूरियत में की, वो कला सा बोलेंगे, मगर जितना भी किया उसका खमियाजा किसको उठाना पड़ा? उसका खमियाजा किनको उठाना पड़ा? जम्मू कश्मीर को या उत्तर प्रदेश को? जोर से आवाज दो। ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी सुन रहे हैं आपकी। अगर आप आवाज नहीं दोगे तो मेरी आवाज नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you must listen to this entire series of comments. And if this video is with you today, you're probably watching it on television, but if you receive this video on your phones, on your mobile instruments, pass it around. You see, viewers, because I say these truths in the way that I ought to, in national interest, the Congress party wants to threaten me legally. They say they do not like my narration of history. Well, this is my perspective. It is the perspective of a nationalist. And I believe what the Congress party is doing and has done, I believe it should not be repeated in the future. The party must have a conscience. And even if it doesn't have a conscience, if sections of its leadership do not have a conscience, we, the people of India, must remind them that they need to have one. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a fantastic panel with me tonight. I'm going to go straight to my debate this evening. Or rather, should I play a small news report to highlight the points and then come to the debate?
Congress party's stand and comments throughout Operation Sindoor has been questionable. From blaming Hindutva for the attack,
this government will try and show that, talk about Hindutva and, the minorities feel uncomfortable. And if you dissect this terrorist act that took place, if they're looking at people's identity, why are they looking at people's identity? Because there's a divide that has come about in our country with Hindus and Muslims and also Christians.
To asking for evidence and questioning the testimonies of the widows of the victims.
उस समय इलेक्शन था, उस समय तो बड़ा तुल्ला चल रहा था कि जी हम ये कर देंगे, हम वो कर देंगे। आज तक मैंने तो पता नहीं चला मुझे तो कहाँ स्ट्राइक हुए हैं, कहाँ बंदे मारे गए थे उस समय, कहाँ वहाँ पाकिस्तान में हुआ था। हमारे देश में आकर कोई बम गिरे पता नहीं चलेगा।
From Congress chief calling Operation Chhut Put War to Congress leader Ghulam Ahmad Mir calling it Thodi Si activity.
ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಈಗೇನು ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಚುಟ್ಪುಟ್ಟು ಯುದ್ಧಗಳು ನಡೆದಿವೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವೇನು ಘರ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತೂ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬರೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೂಬಿ ಕೂಡಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
उस भारतीय जनता पार्टी को याद दिलाना चाहते हैं जिन्होंने हमारा स्टेट भी छीना, हमारा स्टेटस भी छीना। आज आप देख लीजिए, थोड़ी सी एक्टिविटी उन्होंने की, पता नहीं दिल से की या मजबूरियत में की, वो कला सा बोलेंगे, मगर जितना भी किया उसका खमियाजा किसको उठाना पड़ा? उसका खमियाजा किनको उठाना पड़ा? जम्मू कश्मीर को या उत्तर प्रदेश को?
Congress has stooped to the lowest possible level. Completely isolated and frustrated, Congress MP Jairam Ramesh has compared members of the all-party delegations to the Pahalgam terrorists.
यानी कि ये जो पहलगाम के आतंकवादी हैं, उन्होंने 4 आतंकी हमले कराए हैं 18 महीने में। आज वह यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं, हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं। तो यही तो गंभीरता से हम ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, इन सवालों का जवाब नहीं देते हैं।
The very party that earlier claimed India's global outreach as quote-unquote damage control, at a time when the nation is adorned with the tricolour. a time when the national morale is at an all-time high. At a time when the resolve of our forces could not be more stronger. Is the Congress Party's listed modus operandi to stay relevant?
It's a very serious matter. I have made my position clear. And maybe, Shehzad, it is better if we give everyone who is with the Congress and backing the Congress point of view to offer an explanation for this terrible comment, this heinous comment.
Can there be an explanation?
Democratically, I think an opportunity should be provided for an apology / an explanation or a clarification.
There's an explanation. Let's hear it.
Well, I would like to go to Shyam Prasad Meka of the Congress first from Bengaluru. Ravindra Singh Shoran is with us in the studio. He's pro-Congress. He's the editor of the Fourth Estate, very pro-Congress voice. Kapil Madan is with us. We all know him.
Fourth Estate is pro-Congress.
Well, I mean, okay, so no, Fourth Estate is not. His Fourth Estate is. Now, okay.
Only fifth columnist.
Shyam, everything makes you angry, but this is unpardonable, To say that terrorists are roaming around and members of parliament are roaming around. To draw a comparison between Asaduddin Owaisi and a terrorist. You're calling Asaduddin Owaisi a terrorist. You're calling Ghulam Nabi Azad a terrorist. You're calling Anand Sharma a terrorist. Right? You're calling Anurag Thakur a terrorist. You're calling Jay Panda a terrorist, right? You're calling Syed Akbaruddin, former diplomat, a terrorist. You're calling Harsh Shringla, former ambassador, a terrorist, right? There must be some deep frustration inside you why you talk this language. But why do you think Jairam is talking like this? And his position is that of the Congress Party. They can't say it's not our view. They can't say Jairam Ramesh is a personal view. They can't say that.
This is Gandhi's voice.
Yes. Shyam.
Arnab, one curious thing I have noticed is, you mentioned all these names, not the BJP names.
Anurag Thakur is from the BJP. Anurag Thakur is from BJP. Jay Panda is from BJP. Your Samanya Gyan or general knowledge is very poor.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, on the main, you started off with Asaduddin Owaisi, you started off with Jairam Ramesh, you started with Anand Sharma and all that. Okay, so let's leave it there. What Jairam Ramesh told is,
Is your contention that they are terrorists?
Are you calling them terrorists? Supriya Sule is a terrorist.
Who is?
That's what Jairam Ramesh has made the comparison.
No, 1 second. Jairam Ramesh, while I wouldn't speak in the same way, I don't think he meant it that way.
Oh.
It's very clear. Everybody knows that. So why do we make a mountain out of a molehill?
What did he mean?
He was trying to take a jibe and it was a misfired jibe. That's how I look at it.
Like a Chinese rocket. Like a Turkish drone.
I don't know much about Chinese.
We are using similes. You use a simile for parliament with terrorists. So I can use a Turkish drone simile for Jairam Ramesh's misfired rockets, can't I? Why so touchy, boss? I mean, why so touchy? No, Mr. Meka. No, Mr. Meka. You said it's like Mr. Meka, may I just take 20 seconds and then you speak? Mr. Meka, you see, 20 seconds, just 20 seconds.
Okay.
You said it's a slip of the tongue. 24 hours after Pahalgam, Robert Vadra says Hindutva did it slip of tongue. Saifuddin Soz then says that IWT should not be stopped. Pakistan pe bharosa karo, slip of tongue. Ajay Rai and Channi ji just before Operation Sindoor mock the armed forces, slip of tongue. Operation Sindoor ke baad, chutput is what Khadge ji says, slip of tongue. Vijay Wadattiwar questions the cost of the missile, slip of tongue. Alka Lamba says Blue Star, slip of tongue. Ghulam Mir says thodi si activity, slip of tongue. And now you have in the Kutnitik strike, the diplomatic strike, you say that these are terrorists. So Pakistan gets a handle like it got in 26/11 when you called it Hindutva attack to go and tell the world that look, these are not parliamentarians, these are terrorists. So Jairam Ramesh is, in the words of Gen Z, Pak Paglu.
What?
He's when you like something in Gen Z bhasha.
What do you call it?
When you like something a lot, it's called Paglu. Paglu, Dilulu, Paglu. This
I
is
don't know
Gen Z.
this language.
Gen Z.
Okay. I don't know.
So Congress is Pak Paglu.
I don't know
Or
this
let me use a more official term. It's DGISPR. Is that better? DGISPR. Congress is the equivalent of DGISPR. Because you have called Supriya Sule a terrorist. You have called Kanimozi a terrorist. You have called Rajiv Rai a terrorist. You call Abhishek Banerjee a terrorist. You got Salman Khurshid a terrorist. Mr. Kapil
But they call Osama bin Laden Osama G. Osama Kapil Madan G.
G. Not G.
But Owaisi is to be compared to a terrorist. India's multi-party diplomatic mission is to be compared to the Pahalgam terrorists.
So can I come in, Arnab? And I will appreciate you please don't interrupt. Allow me only 1 minute of uninterrupted time. This happens when you want to have malice disguise as a pattern. And give me an example why I am saying. So what did Mr. Ramesh said? Mr. Ramesh said these terrorists have not been caught and they are roaming here and there. The Congress party and in fact almost the entire opposition is calling for a special session.
Where is the comparison with the MPs in the all-party delegation? Do they have to be caught? Hold on.
I get your drift.
How do you?
I get your drift. Please hold on.
No, how do you make a comparison? Why do you make a comparison?
I get your drift. I get your viewers are getting your drift. Please hold on. Keep quiet.
Of course, viewers always get my drift.
Will not have. Please keep quiet. Okay, please keep quiet. So you will not call the government that they are not calling a special parliament session wherein all the facts, all what the government has done on Pakistan will be debated in parliament. But you want to appreciate the MPs going abroad as a delegation, and they want to, rather than speaking to our own people, they want to speak to people of the different countries. Now that's what they've.
Do you understand diplomacy? Or in diplomacy, are you supposed to speak to people from different countries or what? Come on.
Hold on.
If you had been asked, I'm sure you're angry or not. If you had been asked, you would have refused to.
अभी तो शुरू हुई है debate. अभी तो शुरू हुई है.
शुरू हुई है, मगर आप self goal कर रहे हो ना?
My second point is.
We didn't get your first point though.
You want to have diplomacy.
Make sense of
it.
So we get your drift. What was the drift?
You want to have a diplomacy on a firefighting mode, but unfortunately, diplomacy requires a foresight. What you have not done in the last.
Are you saying Manish Tiwari lacks foresight?
You're now
saying Kanimozi lacks foresight?
Of course, yes. Diplomacy is about foresight.
Kanimozi lacks foresight. Then why are you in alliance with a party? Supriya Sule lacks foresight.
Shehzad, hold on. Shehzad, hold on. Why these delegations? Why you have not done enough programs exposing Pakistan in the last 10 years at the international platform? If you have done those kind of programs, sending delegations regularly abroad, highlighting and exposing...
Kapil, why are you comparing parliamentarians to terrorists? Can you come to the point? We have a debate which ends at 10. This is not going on till 10 in the morning tomorrow. Can you come to the point?
I understand your anxiety.
Arey bhai, this is not a thesis.
That's the reason why.
Jairam Ramesh.
That's the reason why you want to create a malice and you want to, draw a completely different conclusion. A person.
Why are you calling Kanimozi a terrorist for that?
Parliamentarians should be here in the country. They should be here debating in the parliament so that we should know.
So they become terrorists because they went abroad. Kanimozi is a terrorist because she went abroad to keep India's case. I mean, is Mr. Stalin listening to this? Is Samajwadi Party listening to this? Is Sharad Pawar ji listening to this? He is calling your relative a terrorist because he is fighting India's case.
Because you are giving cover fire. You are giving cover fire to Vijay Shah, your colleague, who on record has said.
It makes no sense, Kapil. In the history of not making sense, you have now won the world record.
Your colleague has said it. Your colleague is still in the BJP.
Why are you calling members of parliament of your alliance terrorists?
Because you want to give cover fire to your own colleague.
Kapil, do you listen to yourself late at night?
Kapil.
That's the reason why.
That's the reason why you
Kapil.
You want to give cover fire to Vijay Shah to what, that...
Kapil.
Jairam Ramesh called Rajiv Rai a terrorist because we want to give cover fire to somebody.
I'm sorry, he has not. He's not said.
Then what did he say? Okay, paraphrase what he said.
No.
Paraphrase what he said.
So
आप बताओ.
Again,
Jairam Shots.
I have explained.
Delegation
I have explained this show what he was trying to say.
No,
but yes, you want to give a cover fire to Vijay Shah. Because in your mind,
in your mind, you have the same mentality of Vijay Shah and you want to give cover fire to Vijay Shah. That's why.
Why did Jairam Ramesh call Parliament?
No, I am sorry. Why did Vijay Shah call Colonel Qureshi as sister of terrorists? You please explain.
You're stammering more than Pakistan.
Why did he say so? Why did he say so? No, I'm asking, why did he say so? बोला क्यों?
Stammering more than Pakistan.
अरे बोला क्यों उन्होंने?
But that's a.
बोला क्यों उन्होंने?
Turkish drone.
No,
I am asking you.
By the way, I still do not know whether the Congress party has an office in Turkey or a representative in Turkey.
Of course, have an office in Turkey.
They do have an office in Turkey?
Absolutely,
They have a representative in Turkey?
Come sue me. I'll tell you there's an office in Turkey.
As much as they have an agreement with the Chinese Communist Party. Anyway, there are many things we don't know. We don't know why Sonia Gandhi was invited to the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games when even the Prime Minister then, puppet Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was not invited.
What?
Yeah, that is true.
Yes, that's true.
They say no.
They signed an agreement. They have a picture there, boss. What are you? Which parallel universe are you in?
Arnab, you need to have control over your language.
I have the best language. I have the best language in English and Hindi presently on Indian television.
We can't sit here quietly listening to all your.
Who is telling you to sit quietly? I'm telling you to speak. I'm saying to you. I'm saying to you that at one point of time.
How dare you call Manmohan Singh a puppet prime minister?
Sonia Gandhi reduced him to that. Sanjay Baru wrote it in his book. What are you blaming Arnab for? He's quoting facts.
Sanjay Baru.
He's quoting facts. Who is Sanjay Baru? Did Arnab hire Sanjay Baru?
Okay, let him be happy. Let him be happy. Let me tell him. Let him be happy.
Who tore the ordinance of Manmohan?
I have. One minute. I have every right to say, believe what I want, and Shyam Meka has every right to believe that Manmohan Singh was the strongest and most independent Prime Minister of India. Now the question goes to the moot issue. Ravindra, however pro-Congress you may be in your views. Yeah, Kapil is objecting as well. Kapil, what's your objection? You're muted yourself. It's your conspiracy against your voice.
I'm absolutely sorry. I'm absolutely. You should apologize to a person who has dedicated his life. We all know what he did in 1991. We all know how did he,
This is a reflection on Sonia Gandhi. Stop playing the victim card.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. I am
and come to the topic. Why is Jairam calling people terrorists?
He's trying to change the subject. He's trying to change the subject. Kapil, let me respond to you. Kapil, let me respond to you.
I think you should apologize.
Okay, thank you. That's you have a right to think so.
Wait, 1 second.
You have your right to think so. I have a right to disagree.
When Rahul Gandhi tore the ordinance of Manmohan Singh, did he apologize?
Or when Nehru was snooping on Netaji, did he apologize? Did Nehru apologize for snooping on Netaji?
You can criticize.
You don't like my narration of history, but I have my right to put it out.
You can criticize Dr. Manmohan Singh policy. Nobody called you as a traitor when you criticized Dr. Manmohan Singh. There were students who showed black flags to Manmohan Singh. He was not arrested unless what happened, these days. Just a post and, people are arrested.
Okay, anyway, we go back. Thanks for making a very strong point. Ravindra, let me come to you. Ravindra, let's go back to the fundamental issue we are debating tonight. Jairam Ramesh, and you are sitting here with Shehzad Poonawalla. You can, your old friend. I didn't know about your friendship. Good for you. Tell me one thing. Why compare an all-party delegation with terrorists? I mean, this is just, unconscionable. Right? I'm going slow into the debate, but I tell you, if I open the phone lines, you'll realize how people think about this.
I agree.
Right? Should I open the phone lines? Okay, I will. In 5 minutes. Please go on. Yeah.
The first comparison which...
You tell him, don't me. You tell him.
The first comparison which was drawn after the Pahalgam attack with the terrorist was by Vijay Shah. The party has not taken any stand on this so far. No action was taken against him. He is still the minister. After that, what Jagdish Devda, the Deputy Chief Minister, has said, that has ashamed the entire country. No action has been taken so far against him. After that, what the Member Parliament from Haryana, Rajya Sabha, Ramchandra Jangda, has said, nothing has happened to him. The party the BJP has taken no action against all three of them. I think here we have to come. The party must take an action. What Jairam has said, as far as I can understand, He has raised multiple questions.
No. What is the comparison with the जो ये compare किया इन्होंने, जो इन्होंने compare कर दिया इधर आतंकवादियों के बीच में, पहलगाम के आतंकवादियों के बीच में और all party delegation के members के बीच में, उस पर तो कुछ बोलिए. You say something on that.
One second.
They are still roaming free.
Since I'm your friend, Ravinder.
No. The question is not about roaming free. You don't compare MPs to terrorists.
Just one line.
It's a direct comparison.
Just one line. How does your purpose for whatever you narrated in the beginning, the preface, get solved by calling Supriya Sule, Kanimozi and Rajiv Rai terrorists?
Nobody is calling them terrorists.
What else did he do?
Very well.
What else did he do?
Nobody is calling them terrorists.
What was that comparison?
They are honorable member of parliament. They are representing this country all across the world.
Right.
They are...
What do you mean by roaming free? One second. As a follow-up to that question, they are at large.
No. The terrorists.
They are at large.
The terrorists.
Terrorists are at large. But MPs are at large.
Terrorists at large.
MPs are at large, which means MPs should be in custody. You want, now he's going one step further. He wants Manish Tiwari arrested.
You know
He wants Kanimodi arrested.
The terrorists are still at large.
No, Sham.
Why are you comparing the
apprehended? अभी तक उनको पकड़ा नहीं गया है, अभी तक उनका एनकाउंटर नहीं किया गया.
किनका एनकाउंटर नहीं किया गया है? तो उनका कंपैरिजन आप एमपीज के साथ क्यों कर रहे हैं? आप सांसदों के साथ क्यों कर रहे हैं?
लोगों ने हमला किया, आज तक वो लोग फ्री घूम रहे हैं. हिंदुस्तान की 26 महिलाओं के सुहाग को जिन्होंने उगाड़ दिया, आज तक वो लोग फ्री घूम रहे हैं.
Fake and hollow.
Let me have an informed conversation.
By the way, Meka is threatening to walk out.
I know. Ravinderji, but 20 seconds.
I'm not threatening. I'm not threatening.
No, he can walk out. He can dance out.
You wait, Mr. Meka. Abhi to viewers are going to call.
Ravinderji has raised up.
I am stating what I yielded my time to you, Shahjad.
You should yield to common sense also. No, please.
Shahjad, I yielded my time to you earlier.
Sir, I'm ever so grateful. Yield your conscience to this country for a change.
Okay.
Yield your conscience to Manish Tiwari for a change, who said there was no mediation.
Phone lines will be open.
I think that would be better. Now, please, sir, to Ravinderji. Ravinderji.
No, this is
Mr. Meka, when two adults are speaking. When two adults are speaking.
Shahjad, this is ridiculous.
Now you felt so bad. I did not take a name, he felt bad, but MPs should not feel anything, even though they have been called terrorists by Jairam Ramesh. This is Mr. Meka's double standard. Now you understand how they feel? Imagine what Kanimozi is feeling. Imagine what Supriya Sule is feeling. She's saying, I went for national duty, and this Jairam is calling a terrorist.
Statement to ANI.
How will she sleep tonight?
It's an official statement to a news agency. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows it will go viral.
Yeah.
He has obviously thought about it.
Yeah.
And he wants to make Rahul Gandhi happy.
Yeah.
He wants to make Sonia Gandhi happy. He wants to make Robert Vadra happy. So how do you make them happy? You call Manish Tiwari a terrorist. You compare Anand Sharma to a terrorist. You compare Owaisi to a terrorist. You're going to get claps and applause from Rahul Gandhi. But do you think Ravindra, what people think about it across the country? You want to get a sample of it? I'll open my lines.
Arnab, just one line.
You want a sample? आपको sample दिखा दो लोगों का क्या feeling है इसके?
One issue.
We should open the lines.
Arnab, you are giving benefit of doubt to Jairam by saying just this.
I'm not giving a single benefit of doubt.
I'll give you explain why.
No, I'm not giving a benefit of doubt.
You know what is going to happen tomorrow, and Arnab, you mark my words. Tomorrow the Pakistanis are going to say that these people are terrorists as per Jairam Ramesh, so don't listen to them. The world should not listen to them. He has let Pakistan off the hook. He has let Pakistan off the hook. This is what Jairam Ramesh has done. I think what Jairam Ramesh has done is nothing short of treason. Nothing short of treason.
Why are you taking so much of pressure of Pakistan, what they are thinking? Why are you not asking what the people of this country are asking? Why are you not responding to that?
Sir, Pakistan the pressure ना? Pakistan the pressure 26 के बाद क्या किया था आपने?
जिन आतंकवादियों ने हमारी बहनों के सुहाग को उजाड़ा, वो लोग अभी तक क्यों नहीं मार गिराए गए? वो लोग कहाँ हैं?
Are you doubting the armed forces?
No, I'm not doubting. तो बताओ, तो कौन बताएगा? सरकार बताएगी. सरकार will tell. The government has to tell. शहजाद भाई, the government.
शहजाद और सेना.
Let the government announce.
Asking the Sena.
Let the government announce.
What kind of an argument is that?
Let the government of this country announce.
Confident in Ravinder's skills that you need to shout.
What kind of an argument is that?
No, sir, you will not be convinced with my argument. The nation is, you can convince Pakistan with your arguments. They are convinced. They are putting you on the media. Tomorrow you might also be on some Dawn or Fawn.
The moment a question is asked, you want to reflect that onto the same.
I'll tell you one thing. I want to say something. Now, viewers, what is sad about what we are seeing tonight? That earlier this party is the same party which said कि ये लोग कहते हैं कि बालाकोट में स्ट्राइक की मगर सबूत नहीं दिया. यही वो लोग हैं. ये same people, you were not there then, but I know the same Shyam Meka, same Rahul Gandhi came and said, and Digvijay Singh, who called Osama bin Laden Osama ji, said, where is the proof? And then you went and met the Chinese ambassador during Doklam, right? You asked for proof during Balakot. You kept running down Rafale, right? You kept running down Rafale, and today also you are claiming that we have lost planes and the Pakistanis haven't lost as much. The question here, and you're contradicting the Director General of Military Operations. You try to put the government on the back foot, but in the process of doing so, you are questioning the armed forces of the country. You try to spread fake narratives all the time. And the people of this country, Shyam Meka, are very, 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 very angry and disappointed with you. Because they thought you will change. You will never change. You will never change. And you know, this time, let me open my lines. Shyam Meka, I think I should open the lines. You should hear the people of the country. You want to hear the people of the country, Shyam? You want to hear them?
You need to moderate properly.
I'm putting... okay, viewers, these calls are live. Everybody will be asked if I moderated their call. Bhargavi is our first caller. Bhargavi, are you live or is this some recorded call? Just can you tell us? Bhargavi, are you there? Bhargavi, you are live, right?
Yes, sir. I am very much there, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a live show.
Yeah.
And not recorded one. So basically, if you see that Congress, Congress initially support the government, and from that time they misquoted Jaisankar's statement, and then now they are questioning the delegation, right? The Congress actually criticized Mr. Shashi Tharoor. And they really criticized him. They mocked him for his stand for India.
Correct, Bhargavi. That's one point. Let's go to our next caller. And our next caller, are you listening to the calls tonight? They're all live calls. Nothing is edited. Vijay Kumar. Vijay Kumar, are you there? Where are you calling from? From Kolkata?
Yes, Yes, good evening, Mr. Arnab.
Vijayji, these people are saying that you and I have some agreement. It's a fake show. These calls are not live.
No, I am live on the TV. I am live on the TV.
There you are. Go ahead, sir.
So I have a question from pro-Congress man.
Yeah, go on.
He just argued about the BJP not taking actions on the MPs. And what about the Pawan Khera, who has called our External Affairs Minister a Gaddar? So what is his reply on that?
Ravindra, reply. Ravindra, to you.
See, Vijayji, thank you for asking the question. But the
you think you can call Foreign Minister of India Gaddar? Who's the Gaddar in calling Jaishankar a Gaddar?
No, nobody can call...
a man with such service to the country. He's been Foreign Secretary,
and,
India's ambassador to the US. And he's one of the best voices ever we've had as Foreign Minister. You call him a Gaddar?
But he was sent to ambassador to China by the UPA, by the way.
You call him a Gaddar?
You have been calling Congress all these names.
I have not called...
Congress.
I have... No. I have said you have an agreement with China. You have an office in Turkey. These are questions. You get nervous when I ask the question, Shyam, is it?
No, Arnab, why do you always paint Congress as some sort of...
I am not painting. You have painted. You want to hear what Jairam Ramesh said? I want to play it in that middle window again.
Yeah, I don't...
Let's play the bite again. Hear what he said again. Hear what he said again. One more. Keep us on air and run it by.
In the same way as Jairam.
Run it.
Okay?
यानी कि ये जो पहलगाम के आतंकवादी हैं, उन्होंने 4 आतंकी हमले कराए हैं 18 महीने में. आज यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं. हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं.
आतंकवादी एमपी आतंकवादी.
यही तो गंभीरता से हम ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. इन सवालों को जवाब नहीं देते हैं.
See that? You saw that? You saw that? It's a shame, man.
No, but you don't you want that...
I don't know why you do
all
this.
the perpetrators.
Arey, ask that question now. Why are you asking about MPs being compared to them?
Shehzad bhai, don't...
you can't take on Shehzad.
Don't you want all the terrorists to be hanged? Don't you want?
No, can I answer? You also want? Can I answer? 26/11 was planned in a camp of Murid Ke. Why did you take that camp out? Who took it out now? By 1 second. Sir, I was hearing you. Sir, I was hearing you. Ravinder ji, I was hearing you. Bahawalpur क्या 14 के बाद बना क्या? Why didn't you take out Bahawalpur camp? Tell me 9 terrorist camps, were they existing before Modi came or no? We destroyed the headquarters. आप तो sharpshooter की बात कर रहे हो, हमने तो gang leaders को मारा. But I am saying that today, why are you comparing our parliament, elected parliament, to terrorists? And you know what, sir? Just 10 seconds more. 828 square kilometers of India were given to Pakistan in 1968. Can you explain why? You wanted to give our nuclear technology to Pakistan. You wanted to give advanced troop movements to Pakistan. And 1971, when we could take POK, Babu Jagjivan Ram said do it, United States pressured us and we gave up.
Everyone top ministers.
Why, sir? No, today there's a Ronald Reagan letter to Rajiv Gandhi saying that I will decide the terms of the discussion between India and Pakistan. Would you say Gaddari? Would you say Gaddari?
What?
No, Trump did nothing. Trump's own court has rejected his contention. Trump's court has rejected his contention. DGMO, don't you believe the DGMO?
The entire country is the entire country is still waiting. What is the response of the government of India?
What response?
Whether Trump,
the government of India should not give a response to such unadulterated garbage.
What were the
no, sir, you told me
laid down for us? We are still waiting for the response.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're waiting for the response? Because you don't want to mess with facts when it comes to facts. Can I now give you some facts? By the way, do you know that this entire point has been clarified by the MEA? It has been clarified by...
One second.
I'm telling you the dates.
With the verses.
Please listen to the dates also. In 10th of May, Vikram Misri. 11th of May, it has been done by Randir Jaiswal. 12th of May by the Prime Minister. 22nd of May by the Foreign Affairs Minister. Once again by the Prime Minister twice, whether he was in Bikaner or in Gujarat. And apart from that, it's been done by Tharoor and Manish Tiwari. The bite was played.
I was present in all the MEA briefings.
And did you not hear it?
And he did not say.
Should I quote what he said?
I am asking.
Should I quote what he said?
Please.
Oh, yeah. Randir Jaiswal, there is no question of any intervention. Vikram Misri, the matter was decided.
This is about the Kashmir, sir.
Sir,
this is about the Kashmir here.
Okay, let me quote the Prime Minister. Let me quote the Prime Minister. पाकिस्तान ने भीख मांगते हुए वहाँ के DGMO ने हमारे DGMO से बात की 12th of May Prime Minister संबोधन.
हमने भीख दे दी.
नहीं भीख तो आपने दी. One minute. Let me come in now. 1 minute. Ravindra. I'll tell you one thing.
आप सियाचिन
26/11 के बाद 1 minute. 26/11 के बाद you should have attacked Pakistan.
Yeah.
After 26/11, you should have attacked Pakistan. What has been done on the 6th, between the 6th and the 10th of May 2025, you should have done, sir, between the 1st and the 7th of December 2008, but you chose not to. Shiv Shankar Menon said, we will gain nothing by attacking Pakistan. We will gain more by not attacking Pakistan. And you people have always said, oh, Pakistan is a nuclear country. Modi says, I'm not going to take nuclear blackmail. Manishankar Aiyar says, don't forget they have atom bombs. In 8 seconds, the radiation will reach Amritsar. This is not my language. This is the language of the Congress party. It is the language of weakness. It is the language of a party that has never wanted to take on Pakistan, that has compromised their national interests. Why did you not suspend the Indus Waters Treaty?
Let me say there was enormous pressure on me at that time. I resisted that pressure, and I think the decisions that I and our government took was unbalanced.
And let me tell you more, I'm never going to be a fan of late Dr. Manmohan Singh. One minute more. You people say we take offense at your comments on Manmohan Singh.
After the parliament attack.
Well, let me tell you, after the twin blast that had happened in Jammu, Manmohan Singh said such attacks will not succeed in derailing our efforts to find a resolution to all problems through a process of dialogue, which means every time in this country there was a terrorist attack, the Congress said, don't worry. Peace process chalta rahega. Aman ki asha chalti rahegi. And you people have the gall to question what the army is doing. I expect a proper apology, Sham, from people like you.
Why?
Jairam Ramesh will not have the courage to face me, that's why. Jairam Ramesh won't face me. Rahul Gandhi, if he sees me, I think he'll run at 1,000 kilometers per hour after what I spoke to him like and exposed him in 2014. He'll run away, I know that, right?
After that, he became the opposition leader of the country, and you became from #1 anchor to #1 Godi media.
And now that's why you are sitting here asking for me to come on my show. And this, whatever you call Godi media, let me tell you, Republic is the most popular network in Asia, in the largest newsroom of the continent. right? What do you people do? Now tell me one thing. You must explain today. Today I will not let him go. He wants to run away right now. He's looking for an excuse to say, I'm going to run away. You tell me, why did you compare MPs with terrorists? Simple question.
He did not compare.
Yeah, you did. Shiv Narayan is there from Bhopal. Shiv Narayan ji?
As simple
Shiv Narayan ji, are you there?
Hi, Arnab.
Do you believe this Congress has compared MPs with terrorists through what Jairam said?
Arnab, first of all, I am from Bhopal, but right now I am in Brazil and I am listening your debate from Brazil, Sao Paulo. It is like 1:30 a.m. in the morning in Brazil, and I am listening your debate from Brazil.
Our viewer calling from Brazil tonight. Shiv Narayan ji, thank you.
Yes. And I must speak my point because these MPs from Congress, which are on your debate, they are trying to be very foolish, because their own MP, Shashi Tharoor and Manish Tiwari, exposed them. Their own MP exposed them very accurately, and they are playing this game. Why they are doing so? Because they have an office in Turkey. They have an agreement with China, and they have to, sell the things which Turkey and China and Pakistan is allowing them to sell. This is why they are doing this thing, and they are, they are making foolish out of Congress party, the oldest party of the Congress, oldest party of the India. They are making fool of the party. They don't have a point to talk to the audience. They don't have a point to talk with the people of the country, because I'm telling you, next 20, 30 years, Congress will not come into the power, because it is their behavior. They are hurting the sentiment of the people of the country. And it is a worldwide scenario, because I am here in Brazil. I travel to almost all world. The narrative which my friends in Brazil, Europe, and Africa, what they're saying. What are you talking? Your own, party, your own very oldest party. They are trying to make, statements which object what you have achieved. This is what I am able to listen into Europe, Brazil, and in Africa. But as an Indian citizen and as a country as a whole, we know how my armed forces, how my Prime Minister has made us proud. And this is the statement which has been believed by across the country in the world. Because I am traveling to all the country in the world, and they are making very strong statements that yes, you have done the right thing. You have countered China, you have countered Pakistan, you have even countered USA at this point of time.
Shiv Narayan ji, if you speak another 3 sentences, then Mr. Mika is going to cry. Mr. Mika, but this is the reality. This is how people feel about your party. You've taken such a bad line. You called it chutput. Sandeep from Ghaziabad, can you forgive the Congress for calling it a chutput war? And Sandeep,
I can never forget them. My name is Sandeep Kaul. I'm the first victim from the, of Kashmir, one of the first ones. My father was on the hit list, and trust you me, we guys will never ever forget what they've done to us. And this party has no right whatsoever in nature to talk all this on national podiums. They should not be given even the seats in the studios of yours.
But Sandeep, we have to expose them. This kind of things. I am also not interested in taking the comments of Jairam Ramesh and making it into a big issue. But if I can't underplay it either.
That's true.
You will agree with me. I can't underplay it. There has to be introspection. Genuine introspection. Today people are disappointed and angry.
Shyam Meka in the starting of the debate said, I won't choose the words Jairam did, and then he's defending it.
He can't defend.
He also understands this wrong. And secondly, Shyam Meka ji, sadak ka gunda to bola tha na Sena Pramukh ko, कि वो भी भूल गए.
Can't disown that.
Army is sadak ka gunda.
It's a relentless pattern. Relentless pattern.
Congress, देखिए Congress. Look at Congress. Sena is sadak ka gunda. Parliament, Sansad is terrorist, and Rahul is God. Rahul is God. Nehru ji. But sadak ka gunda is Sena, and Sansad is terrorist. Kyun Shyam ji correct hai na equation? Nehru is God.
Shyam is personally tired of defending the indefensible comments of the Congress leaders. I find him more Manish Tiwari than Rahul Gandhi.
Being the God is the Modi-ji's territory.
Anyways,
that's not what...
Sham, you have no conviction today in your voice. Tell me, there's no conviction.
Come on.
There's nothing in the heart. Even Ravindra today, from being pro-Congress, has turned almost neutral in this debate. Naturally, so you should be like that. But it's good to see you today. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of comments, a lot of calls still coming in. And while I have no interest in debating the Congress because it's an irresponsible party, I have to bring these matters to national light. So we come together as one. Nation first, no compromise. I wish the Congress understood that too. See you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सब जल जीरा मसाला।